What's up guys, Untitled Studios here, and today we're going to be doing a special unboxing of a very special device. Yeah, I seem to do a lot of unboxings of these. I did the unboxing of the Note 5, the Note 2, the Note 1, Note 3. Did I do unboxing of the Note 3? I think that's the only one I didn't do, and the Note Edge. Or no, I didn't do like a regular unboxing of the Note 4. I'll do that next. I'll do an unboxing of the Note 4. So I'll get a Note 4 and do an unboxing of it. Anyways, so back on topic. So this is the Galaxy Note 8, as you guys can tell. This is in midnight black, of course. And, well, I shouldn't say of course, because I really wanted the deep sea blue, because I love blue. But unfortunately, there is no... there was a deep sea blue version all over the place. I was looking on eBay. And it was like $100 at least, bare minimum, just to get a blue one versus a black one or a gray one. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I'll maybe wait a couple years and then for the collection grab a blue one. Or honestly, I'm not even sure if I'll do that because the Note 9 blue looks almost identical. And I've never had an all black, like pure black phone. And this is even blacker than the Note 7 was because the black Note 7 was all black. And that was the first time they'd done that. But this is even blacker. This is blacker than black. This is because there was onyx black, now it's midnight black. Anyways, so this is the unlocked one, which is something I'm really happy about. No garbage Verizon bloatware or none of that, none of that garbage with all the carrier bloat, none of that. Just fully unlocked. However, this is a version that's compatible with Verizon. I know because I've been using this. Yes, this unboxing is kind of cheating, but this will also be my 48-hour impressions of the Note 8 because I got it on Saturday, and I've been using it ever since as my daily driver. Finally upgraded from my Note 5. So let's see. I tried to do the same thing with the Note 7, but I blocked my SIM card, and that was a whole big conundrum. So if you guys want to hear that story, then I guess let me know. But so I got this, and it's been working beautifully. But anyways, let's look at the packaging. It's actually not, it's very identical to the Note 7 and the S8. It's all the same packaging, basically. You got a big black box with a sleeve that slides over, sticker on the bottom, branding on the sides, logo on the front. Note 7, it was down here. Note 8, it's up here. 64 gigs, Galaxy Note 8, a little bit different. Obviously, this is 64 gigs, which is perfectly fine. Midnight black, like I said. So we can see this includes the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, the S Pen pre-installed SIM card. I don't know why it says that. This is unlocked, so it shouldn't have a SIM card. Wall USB adapter, charger. I tried to combine charger and adapter. Micro USB connector. The stereo headset, the AKG. I don't know why that didn't say AKG. This might be a fake box. I don't know. I just noticed that. This looked legit to me, but I don't know why it wouldn't say AKG stereo headset. Is this a fake box? It looks real to me. Whatever, it looks good enough. USB connector and your terms and conditions, which is also something it doesn't have. It's missing the entire section of booklets, which is annoying, because I like those. So I'll probably ask the seller what's up with that, because they were supposed to include everything. So, anyways, let's slide this up. So we got the little sleeve right here. It's just like, if you guys remember the Note 7 unboxing video, it's identical. So we got the box, so let's just slide this little tab open, a paper tab. On some of the international units, these are magnets, but here it's just paper, or at least on this one it's just paper. Again, could be a fake box, but some of the legit ones did have that too. So here's your phone, didn't have any plastic wrap, does have the sticker on the back with the IMEI information. Let me sure to block that out. But yeah, so we can see this will focus. This is the N950U. So that's definitely good. Let's pull this out, and let me take the, oh, this back is like really textured. That's really fancy. But yeah, so let me, I'm going to take this little sticker, and I'm going to peel the sticker off the back of the phone. Ooh, and it comes off really easily. That's nice. This isn't the OEM sticker. This was a reapplied sticker, and I want to keep this in one piece, but it looks like I might not be able to. Nope. And it peels off really cleanly. Whoever made this sticker, I salute you, because this peeled off perfectly. It left no residue. I mean, okay, never mind. It left a little bit of residue, but that's fine. And overall, great experience with that. So I'm just going to stick that on the back of this little plastic tray, so that way I know where it is. Set that aside. And of course, in the box, we got all your stuff. Again, it's missing the little metal, or not metal, the middle insert where you have all your booklets and stuff. But whatever, it's not like we were going to read those anyways. You got your adaptive fast charger. So adaptive fast charging, this is black this time. The newer S10s don't do this anymore. They're back to white, which is annoying. This looks really nice. Although I already have the adaptive fast chargers and stuff for my Note 5, so I'm not going to bother to open these, but that's fine. You got your little USB OTG adapter. So, and you got your little micro USB adapter. This is all the same as it was with the Note 7. It's just black now instead of white, which is much appreciated. And of course, you got your USB Type-C, again, identical to the Note 7, but just black this time, and the S8, and the S9, and the Note 9, and kind of the S10. So it's kind of funny how the S10 cables have now gone back to what they were with the Note 7, weird USB Type-C. So we do have the Akg headphones. Yep, so these are legit Akg headphones made in Vietnam. So these are legit. I'm not going to be using these at all. I'm just going to keep these in the box because I use my Level U Pros. If you guys want a review on these, let me know because I've been using these for about 2 years and they're fantastic. I definitely recommend them. And then of course you got your replacement ear tips. So anyways, you got all that. So let's put all this crap back in the box. Make it all nice and pretty. So I'll put that back in there. I'm not sure if this is the right order, but either way, whatever. I don't know why this is in a bag and nothing else was, but either way. So, and I like how this is all, because in the Note 7 box, these were all just kind of like all over the place, mostly. But here there's specific cutouts for these, which I like, so they're right there. You know they're there. You can't miss them. This is in this weird bag. I don't know why, but either way. So that goes back in there. And that's not right. Hold on. There we go. Anyways, so that's the box. So we'll close this up and slide this out, or slide this on, I should say. And is this backwards? Nope, it's not. I don't know why this is being so difficult, but there we go. Slides on just fine. Okay, so that's the Note 8 box. Now, here is, let's see, let me grab my sleeve, wipe off that residue. And let's take a look at this midnight black. Boom! Ha! Look at that. Look at that. Super shiny, obviously. This is black. Like, that's black. And comparing it, I got 1,000 phones here. You know what? I got a bunch of black phones. Why don't I just compare it to all these? So we got the, first up, randomly, we got the black S7. So that's the Onyx Black versus Midnight Black. So that's very nice. And then comparing the size, as you can see, the Note 8 is obviously way taller than the standard S7. So that's a huge jump. Not too much thicker, just a little bit. So that's it compared to the S7. And another similar size phone, we got the J3 Luna Pro. That's one of my next reviews. The iPhone 6s, then the Note 5, and then the J3. Maybe not in that order. But yeah, so there's the J3. Obviously much smaller. That's about the same size as the S7. Now let's go through the notes. So we got the Note 1. So this is the original Note. I unboxed this a little bit ago. So this is the original Note, also in black. Or actually, they called it carbon blue at the time, I think. So looking at that, significant chunk wider, but the Note 8 is a significant chunk taller. Note 1 is obviously a lot thicker. Buttons are all over the place. It's a night and day difference. This is what happens after 8 generations of phone. You know, this is the 8th Galaxy Note that Samsung released, and you know, it's a huge difference. But yeah, so that's the Note 1. Now, unfortunately, I don't have my Note 2 anymore because I sold that to a friend of mine, so I can't compare it to the Note 2, but I do have the Note 3, which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite notes of all time, and this doesn't want to focus. So there's the Note 3 compared to the Note 8. Comparing the sizes, the Note 3 is a substantial amount wider, of course, but the Note 8 is a substantial amount taller. So that's the difference right there. You can see that. That's basically what you're getting with the if you're upgrading from a Note 3 to a Note 8. So obviously both are black. This is jet black and this is midnight black. So again, this was a common trope for a while. You had the silver bezels even on the black phone. So you didn't really have a pure black phone until a couple notes after this one, which you'll see. Next, we got the Note 4. So Note 4, I don't have this one in black. I have this one in gold, which is my favorite Note 4 color. This is like my favorite gold out of any Samsung phone. But yeah, so that's the gold Note 4. Obviously, as you can guess, the Note 4 is a decent chunk wider. Not by too much, though, compared to the Note 8. And then, obviously, again, the Note 8 is the slightest bit taller and the slightest bit thinner as well. So they do pack very similar size batteries. The Note 4 is 3220, and the Note 8 is 3300. So the batteries aren't too far off in that regard. I don't know why this isn't focusing. But yeah, there we go. So obviously the Note 4 has the one camera. This is when we introduced the heart rate sensor and the fingerprint sensor, the metal design. Beautiful phone. Beautiful phone. And it feels really nice too. And yeah, so it's a good phone. Next, we got this is my beloved Galaxy Note 5 with the Dragon D-brand skin on it, of course. So this is the one I used for the longest of time. It's a fantastic, fantastic device. So, and I still love it. The review on this is going up soon. Spoiler alert, I still love this phone. Anyways, so I do love this phone, but the Note 8, no spoilers, but it's a toss-up. So, comparing these, now the width difference is very close. I'm talking really, really minute. If you hold it like this, the Note 5 is wider than the Note 8. Actually, if I do it like this, you can kind of see. I can do this without scratching either of them. You can see the Note 5 is just the slightest bit wider. Just the slightest bit. Not by a whole lot, but the slightest bit wider. And that's because you don't have the curved edges, but you still had really thin side bezels. And the glass made this very slippery, very difficult to hold. It was comfortable to hold, but it was kind of impractical to hold this. And you still have the 5.7-inch display, of course, which was pioneered on the Note 3. And this is when we had, well, Note 4 introduced Quad HD, but we had the better fingerprint sensor. Obviously, the build quality went up with Gorilla Glass 4, 16 megapixel camera, no SD card expansion. This is the first time that we got the clickable S Pen, so we can pull that out and just the exact same way that you do any modern Note. And this was a really good one. Again, if they had just added the micro SD card slot and this wasn't only 32 gigs, it would have been pretty high up on my list as far as my favorite notes go. And now, next we're going to compare this to another one of my favorite phones of all time, and this is going to be the battle of the blacks. Let's shine both of these up. So we got the Galaxy Note 8 in midnight black versus the Galaxy Note 7 in black onyx. Now keep in mind, this is a dummy unit. This isn't an actual working Note 7. So don't be worried about that. So yeah, so comparing the blacks on these, very similar. However, you notice the Note 8 is a bit blacker. The frame is like a shiny black. It's a glossy black, whereas on the Note 7, it was a solid black. It was a very, not polished, but what's the word? Like sanded? You know what I mean? It's matte. It's not like glossy. And you obviously have the single camera. This is the first time you had USB Type-C and a headphone jack, or not a headphone jack, and you also had a headphone jack. The first time you had the iris scanner. A lot of great stuff with the Note 7. Yeah, obviously it had its main flaw that we all know of, but it was still a great phone. You got the micro SD card expansion back. And let's compare these. The width is, again, extremely close. The Note 7 is, to this day, the narrowest Note. We can actually see the Note 8 is the slightest bit wider. You can tell right there, kind of. It's the slightest bit wider. Really hard to tell. I liked the 7 because the buttons, the volume buttons were still clicky, and they weren't separated. Let me show with my actual one. But yeah, so the buttons on the side, they were separate buttons. So you didn't have the Bigsby like you have on the Note 8. You just had the separate buttons. Of course, you still had the ejectable S Pen. Also, fun fact, the pens on these are actually fully interchangeable. So on no other Note is it like this. These pens are 100% identical. So you can take the pens out. This is actually the one from my silver Note 7, and I got the blue one over here. Yeah, this is the one I've been using. So you can take the blue one and put it in there. Clicks in just fine. You take this Note 8 pen, click in the Note 7, clicks in just fine. And they're both perfectly flush. So if you had an old Note 7, you got some pens lying around, or you find some Note 7 pens as a discount for your Note 8, or if you have a Note 7 and you can't find those pens, so you want to just use a Note 8 pen, they'll work perfectly. So that's a little life hack right there. The pens are 100% interchangeable. Now, I still prefer the Note 7 because I like the 16:9 aspect ratio. I like the fingerprint sensor on the front, although I've gotten used to the one on the back. It's pretty good. I don't know why this isn't focusing. I'm recording this on another Note 7, my silver one. So, yeah, you definitely have a lot of great things. And this color is just the best. You know, these are really great. Also, since I have yet to boot the Note 8 up. Why don't we do a quick boot test between these two? So that'll be fun. We already know who's going to win because the T-Mobile one is actually pretty slow compared to the Verizon one, even among Note 7s. So this is obviously going to lose, but let's try it. So 3, 2, 1. So booting these up. Obviously we're focused on the 8, but yeah. So I've been using this for 2 days now, and first impressions are wonderful. I am really enjoying this phone. I am definitely upgrading from my Note 5. I'm not going back to my Note 5. I'm sticking with this. Obviously, it boots up faster than that one. And obviously, you have the advantage of having software updates, although Android Pie looks like trash, so I'm blocking updates on my Note 8 right now. But, however, this is really, really good, and I'm definitely really liking this. To go over some things. So first off, now I just obviously turned this on, so we're gonna need to pop this open with a pin. But once I open this up, you can see the okay. Well, this thing's getting spam notifications now because I haven't turned this thing on in quite a while. But yeah, so this is shut up, shut up. So this is you got the Bigsby Key, so that's really cool. I have, in the 2 days I've had this, I think I've pressed this accidentally twice. Shut up. Okay, I'm gonna turn you off if you're not gonna behave. So again, this one, the pins. That's so annoying how like every time you have to turn these on, they always. Oh, Note 7's lagging. But yeah, so you got the so you got Bixby up here, and this is super fast. The Note 8 is just really fast. It's way faster than the Note 7 and the Note 5, which I expected that title to only go to the 9, but so far this has been extremely fluid. I actually use Smart Switch to transfer all the stuff from my Note 5 to the Note 8, including, you know, my text messages, my phone calls. My one big thing that was really important for me in that regard was my blocked calls, because I get a lot of robocalls. I like to block those calls. So that's one thing that I've been able to transfer over as well. I was able to move over all those just fine. Smart Switch. This is the first time I've ever used Smart Switch, and I have to say it is very great. I've really enjoyed using it. It was super seamless to transfer all my stuff over. Shut up! It's been this thing's having a seizure. This it's made it really easy to transition between the phones and everything, and it's been a pretty good experience. So everything transferred over just fine. I didn't have any issues with obviously putting my SIM card in and it working, which is definitely good because I've had some troubles with that in the past. And one thing I was worried about is because of this taller aspect ratio, would this be a problem? Because I know sometimes, depending on what types of jeans I'm wearing or whatever, pants or whatever you want to call them. Sometimes, even with my current Note 5 or my formerly current Note 5, sometimes if I would like bend over and I had my phone in my pocket, because of how long the phone was, sometimes it would like, it would like get uncomfortable because it would like push it like a certain angle or something. And that is something that I've noticed with this as well, obviously because it's a much taller phone, but it's not enough to bother me, at least quite yet. And if it does bother me, I don't think it's going to be to the point where I would be so inclined to trade it for this aspect ratio. Although I still prefer this. The design of the Note 7 is still my favorite because I do prefer the traditional aspect ratio. I love how compact this is because this is the smallest Note they've made and probably ever will make because they seem to be getting bigger and bigger. So this was the last one with a 5.7-inch screen with a 16:9 aspect ratio. And so if you like that, then that's something that you're going to have to try to consider if you want to make the jump to the Note 8, if you have the Note Fan Edition, or if you somehow are one of the people still holding on. I shouldn't say somehow because I know these guys, but if you're holding on to your Galaxy Fireball 7, as Flossie Carter calls it. So, going from one to the other is, you're going to get some deja vu because I definitely did the first time. And it's probably a lot better to do the size comparison when you can actually tell the difference between. But yeah, so as you can tell, the Note 8 is the slightest bit taller. Basically, the screen of the Note 8 ends where the top of the Note 7 does, if that makes sense. You can kind of see that. So the screen literally ends on the Note 8 right when the Note 7's body ends. So you just have this extra tiny little bit up here extra in terms of the height, and you get a much bigger aspect ratio as a result of that. So that is something to kind of keep in mind if you're thinking about going from an older Note to the Note 8. And I'm sorry if I'm turning this into a full review. I'm trying not to. This is just supposed to be first impressions, but I rant a lot, so I apologize for that. But I will obviously be doing a full Note 8 review because of course I am. And okay, I gotta turn this thing off. Oh, that edge lighting. But yeah, so you get that on the 8 too. I have yet to actually use that because I usually put it on silent, just because it would buzz like crazy. Even though I had it on silent, it would still buzz. And plus, I get notifications on my Gear S2, which that's another thing. My Level U Pros have synced up perfectly. My Gear S2 is synced up beautifully to the Note 8, and I've had zero issues with that whatsoever. It's just been a really great experience. Also, this obviously the iris scanner, that's something we can compare while we have both these up. So the iris scanners on both of these are pretty pretty similar. One thing I've noticed is that this seems to be like a feed straight from the front-facing camera, and this one seems to be like, it reminds me of the movie Don't Breathe, where it's got like that kind of like night vision look to it. One thing I like how this one, when the iris scanner fails out, it will actually, oh my, that's shining into the camera. But yeah, so this has the iris scanner, of course, so that works. And then this has the iris scanner, and that works as well. So if I have to, sometimes I'll hold it up at a certain angle and it'll work. But yeah, so that works. In theory, apparently it didn't. Although, even though this wasn't a good demo of it, in my experience, the iris scanner on the 8 has been a lot more, not a lot, but it's been a little bit more precise and a little bit more consistent than the 7 was. So if you like the iris scanner, which obviously the S10 doesn't have that anymore, but if you like the iris scanner does work still pretty good on the Note 8. You also have the facial recognition. I don't use that because personally, why would I? I mean, look at my Note 1, which is turned off right now. But the Note 1 has facial recognition, and it works pretty much the same way. So I don't recommend using it. It seems kind of pathetic, but it's there if you want it for convenience sake. So yeah, that's definitely an option. And of course, the fingerprint sensor was something I was worried about as well. But honestly, the fingerprint sensor has been great. As you can see, I just put it on, I tap it, and it works great. I haven't had any real issues with reaching it. You know, like once in a while it'll buzz like that, and I'll have to like readjust it. But that's, you know, that's with any fingerprint sensor. So honestly, I was really concerned about that. It was one of those things that made me want to stay with the 7. I was like, no, I want my front-facing fingerprint sensor. But honestly, having it now, it's not that bad. I can definitely get used to it. I've gotten used to it pretty much in just the past 48 hours. And that's one thing that's kind of nice too that I didn't even think about. Because I used to have an LG phone that had buttons on the back and I hated it. But with a fingerprint sensor, it's actually not so bad because at least the way it works on the Note 8, I can have my phone face down, and if I want to unlock it, I just press the fingerprint sensor and I pick the phone up and it's unlocked. Like you just saw there. That's handy, you know, so I don't have to flip my phone over and then do it. So, you know, you have plenty of options. So that's really nice. So, and of course with this taller screen, you know, you got all this extra stuff, and my Microsoft launcher looks a lot nicer on this longer screen actually when I compare it to, you know, my Note 5. It looks a little bit more cramped, but this actually looks pretty good. So yeah, that's definitely something that's really good. I don't know why this is registering more steps when I had this on me all day and this has been at the house. But either way, so, you know, you have more space for that, so that works pretty good. At least for my setup. I don't like using the stock Samsung launcher, although the one on the Note 8 has gotten better than the one on the 5 and the 7, which those were pretty much identical. But it's pretty good. I just prefer to use Microsoft Launcher. It's what I'm used to using, and it works pretty good. And of course, you can still do the home button for Google. Who is IntelliTech Studios?
These came back from a search.
Huh, nice. So, and of course, one thing that I had to get used to, which honestly, I don't know if I like this as much, because I liked on the older Galaxies, double tap the home button, if I can do that right, and it opens up the camera. That's nice. And however, on this, you can't do that. You know, I don't know why they didn't just have it to where you just double tap the touch sensor, or at least have that be an option, because I'm just so used to doing that. And it seems like it would work just fine with the push, or with the capacitive, or whatever you call that. And but instead, you double tap the power button, which seems a little bit more awkward because you need like a better grip on it to actually get it to work, which can be quite annoying sometimes. So, although the camera quality on this is very good, it has a really good camera. Hi guys. So I definitely can't complain about the camera quality. It's been really good. Supposedly the what is it called? Live focus, or the portrait mode version that supposedly came out on the Note 8. I can't figure out how to do that on here. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't find it. That's probably just a fault on my part, or maybe because it's unlocked, it's buried in a menu somewhere. But where you can like adjust the bokeh like the iPhone 10s, I don't know how to do that on here. So I'm clearly missing something, and I don't know what I just did, but it looks ugly. But yeah, and obviously you have the dual cameras on the back, and this looks gorgeous. You know, like, and especially, now I always set it to 16:9. I hate it how it defaults to 4:3. That's really annoying. But this is really nice. This camera seems to be really good. It'll, if you guys want, I've been kind of thinking about this. If you guys want, I could do like a camera comparison between, you know, the Note 8, the Note 7, the Note 5, and I don't know, the Note 4, maybe, if you guys are interested in that, or maybe just, you know, because I don't think anyone's done that between the Note 8, the Note 7, and the Note 5. Although if anyone's done it between those and the S7 Edge, then it would look exactly the same, so whatever. But it'll be interesting to see the difference. Obviously, this is a modern Galaxy, so you have all the smudges and fingerprints. I'm not going to put a dbrand skin on this like I did with my Note 5, because I know I have the dbrand skin on this. I'm not doing that again. I'm just going to keep it like this and just put a good case on it. And so speaking of cases, I got 2 cases. Now, shout out to my good friend Greggles TV. You are the GOAT, and that means greatest of all time. So I actually ended up winning a giveaway. Was it a giveaway or like a contest, a sweepstake, whatever you want to call it? I won a free case from a company called JE Tech, and that was one that Greggles TV was doing. He was doing a case giveaway, so I snagged one for the Note 8, and this happened a few months ago. So I've had this like in waiting until the day I got a Note 8. So that way, if I got a Note 8, I wasn't without a case. So yeah, that's really good. But we're gonna check this out last actually, because I also got the Samsung silicone cover. Now this is the wrong color. I ordered well, I thought it was the wrong color. Now I ordered the wrong color. So I ordered sky blue because I assumed that sky blue would be like a light blue, but it's actually like green. So I don't know, but it's still a nice case nonetheless. So I can't complain. It's very similar to the genuine Apple silicone cases. I mean, it's literally basically the same thing. It's got a very soft kind of feel to it, very grippy. It has the felt on the inside, like the Alcantara or the suede. It looks more like Alcantara, but it doesn't have the color changing aspects that the actual Alcantara cases have, which I will be getting one of those at some point because that's probably my favorite Note 8 case. So this case, it's pretty nice, pretty fancy. Just slap the Note in. It's not all that protective. In all honesty, it doesn't have really that good of a lip on the front, if any at all. So this is more like a fancy kind of case, or maybe like when you're around the house and you're not really worried about dropping your phone. Although, the buttons are kind of hard to push, but it does feel really nice. And of course, if you're the kind of person where you don't like to use cases because they interfere with the ports, then this is the kind of case you want to get because the entire bottom is wide open, so you at least have the rest of your phone fully protected, but you don't have to worry about it getting in the way of your headphone jack or your charge cable, whatever the case may be. No pun intended. But yeah, and of course this is official by Samsung, and you can still reach everything just fine, of course. The fingerprint sensor, everything works great. So that's one case, one of the cases that I got, the silicone cover, which this is a very, very nice case, but it's not really protective. But that the JE Tech, if I can say that right, that JE Tech case actually seems fairly protective. So that's cool. So as we can see, let's pop this open. And yeah, there we go. So anyways, what do we got here? Lifetime warranty card. That's nice. From JE Tech. Beautiful. So I got this little bag. Pop this out. Little foam. That's good. So this case is actually surprisingly nice. I did use this today because this is the first weekday where I wanted to use, obviously was leaving my Note 8, so I wanted to use a good case on it. And this case is very, very excellent. So I really like this one. It has a nice amount of lip on the front. I don't like the buttons the most because they are pretty hard to press. But you're never going to press them by accident. The volume buttons are separated, which I like, so you can differentiate those two. That's really nice. Considering this is a free case, I am really enjoying this. Again, shout out to Greggles TV because this is sick. So, I mean, granted, he didn't pick out the case, but I basically got like a coupon code to get basically a free case. So that is really cool. I'll definitely be rocking this on my Note 8 for quite a while until I get something else. I might get I'm not going to go completely case crazy like I did with my Note 5. I'm going to maybe have like 5 cases max, for like every occasion basically, and then maybe 2 for like my more day-to-day styles that I can switch out. So that's definitely a really nice case. You got good access to your headphone jack. That works fine. USB Type-C speaker, microphone. S Pen has a very deep indent in there, but you can still get to it just fine, assuming you have any kind of nails. And I really love this because it's still just fine to get to. But if you drop it on the corner, no other case I know does this. So this is very, very protective on this corner, so you don't have to worry about dropping it on any of the corners. And you can still pull out your S Pen just perfectly fine. So that's really nice. And of course, you got the cutout for all of your stuff. Cut on the top for your mic. All the buttons are good. You have a nice amount of rays on the screen. I did order a tempered glass screen protector. It has yet to arrive, which makes me paranoid because I'm already seeing scratches on this screen. Dear God, help me. Anyways, so this does protect it pretty well. Even if I do set it face down, it will still protect the phone pretty decently. So that is definitely really nice. So this is pretty much my setup that I've been rocking. This case, along with the Coral Blue Note 7 S Pen, just because I like that pen, and I've got like 3 of these pens, so I'm totally fine with doing that. But yeah, so the Note. That's the Note 7 S Pen. So anyways, basically, let's see, what else is there that I should mention for my first 48-hour impression? Performance has been good. I have no complaints, honestly, so far, really. Everything moved very seamlessly with Smart Switch, so I was kind of against it for a while because I was always like, oh, start fresh with the new phone. But it's been really good so far. So, as far as other things, you know, like... Let's see, let's open this up. Okay, let's just use a fingerprint sensor because that seems to not be working. So, going into settings, one thing that's been really annoying that I've been trying to deal with is the notifications. So up here, it only shows 3 notifications. That's a setting I know you can turn off on the other notes. Because like this one, oh, okay, it's not going to show it now, but the, hold on, let's open this. Oh my God, open. Come on. So, yeah, see right up here? I got all these notifications up here. I like that because if I have notifications and I have free space on the top, I want the phone to use the free space. What is this? What is that empty space? I hate that. And I don't know how to turn that off. And it's not just the 7. The, what else? Note 5. My Note 5, look at this. Same thing. All these notifications up here. No wasted space. Wasted space. So I don't know how to do that or how to change that. Someone let me know because I've been trying to figure that out. And that's like one little nitpick that I have so far that's really been bothering me because I always have a lot of notifications, as you can tell, and I don't like to have wasted space up here. I want to see all my notifications that will fit in this top bar. So that's definitely something that I wish I could figure out how to change. But that's really the only complaint I have. Call quality has been really good. I've only made like 1 or 2 calls, so not too much, but it's been pretty good. Obviously, the speaker quality is pretty good as well. Better than the Note 7, better than the Note 5. Not as good as the Note 9, of course, because you still have the one bottom speaker, but it's been pretty good. Obviously, quality through the headphone jack and Bluetooth has been excellent. I've yet to try the Bluetooth 5.0. Where you can, or well, I mean, it is Bluetooth 5.0, but I have yet to try the thing where you can pair separate speakers and have it be one speaker. I actually just remembered that just now, so I'll have to try that for the full review and see how that goes. But there's a lot of little creature comforts that they've improved with the Note 8 that I'm really happy about. And there's a lot of these little things that I'll touch on in my full review. But, you know, honestly, there's not really much else that I have to say. My 8-hour impressions of the Note 8 have been extremely positive. I'm really loving it. And, you know, while I wish I didn't have any problems with my Note 7 working, obviously there's some other factors. Even if I was able to get it working perfectly, that would get wet work. The Gear VR doesn't work natively. You can't take it on a plane. And, you know, all of this stuff, even like, because let's forget about the explosion thing, because I can replace the battery and then obviously solve that problem. But it's not going to fix any of the other problems I mentioned because that's all software based. So, you know, that's something that you would have to deal with if you wanted to continue to use a Note 7, even if the design is much better. Now, granted, no fan edition, of course, but I have Verizon. So I have Verizon. I have no intention of switching anytime soon, so that is just straight up not an option for me. However, I'm very happy that I got the Note 8, and I am definitely very, 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 very impressed with this phone so far. Honestly, that's pretty much all I have to say as far as my 48-hour impressions. Everything is pretty good so far. There's not really anything outright that really other screen protector thing, but really the phone's fault. But so anyway, guys, I think if there's anything the Galaxy S Pen with the new Note 8 review. Anyway, guys, this is Untitled Studios. This has been my full unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy unlocked SM950U version. Anyway, guys, full reviews of many different phones soon. I will